Hey, Kimberly Ann. Woo! Are you ready for cooking with Kimberly Ann? I'm so ready. Can I say I missed you? I did. I missed you so much. Yeah. So I had a vacation. So we kind of had no cooking with Kimberly Ann and no cooking with Kimberly Ann, bracketing either side of my vacation. When I started my vacation and when I ended my vacation. And so now I'm on no vacation. But I'm so excited to be with you. And so listen. We found, by we, I mean I, and then I was like, Tyler, guess what I found? When I was talking to my son, I found these tiny tacos, never seen them before. And actually, now I know that they actually also call them street tacos. So I'm like, I want to make, because we were talking about in my last little kind of ministry moment, informational moment that I do up on Facebook and all the rest of the social media, but just talking about portion sizes. Why? Because, well, God's been talking to me about portion sizes for quite a long time. And you know how you do good and then you don't do good? Yeah. Whoops. And so your body just, especially as you get older, I'm 57 years old, I'm just telling you, I can't eat the same amount that I used to eat when I was 27 because my body doesn't need to, well, I was going to say it doesn't need to metabolize all that. I would say, yes, you do need to, but no, it doesn't. So I just need to have smaller portion sizes. So God's been talking to me about that, right? And then I started cooking with Kimberly Ann, and now my portion sizes went not going down, but instead going up. And so, yeah, so I was thinking about that, and I was at the store, and I saw these, and it just drove me crazy with excitement. Look at these little tiny tacos. And I love this brand, by the way. It's my favorite brand. These are flour tacos. I bought the flour tiny tacos and the corn. But yeah. So, and then, oh my word. So this company has been very busy. So guess what else? I love chalupas. Now that's not with going with the smaller portion sizes, but I'm gonna try these chalupas. I've never been at a store, and maybe you have, and maybe I'm just not looking in the right areas because, you know, I'm kind of still new to this cooking thing, and found these chalupas, was so excited. So we're gonna make some tiny tacos and some chalupas, but first, this is how it went down. Now, first of all, before I tell you how it went down, you and I, my friend, got some business to take care of. Oh, yeah, serious business to take care of before we do one other thing. Are you ready? Do you know what it is? All right, here we go. Because it's cooking with Kimberly Ann. And so on a 3, on a 2, on a 1, 1, 1, we say, Sauce la viva la, sauce la viva la, la 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 la. For some reason, I did that on the very first one, and now it's a thing, and we have to do it. So while I was getting the things to make for our tiny tacos, we love tacos at our house, and I know that tacos are a winner for most people at their houses as well. But I was standing in the line, I got all my stuff on the conveyor belt, you know, and I'm smiling, excited about it, and I'm looking at the magazines. I'm like, I didn't buy it. I almost did just to show you. But I picked up a magazine, and it was about holiday, you know, dishes or whatnot that you could make. So I'm flipping through, and I went, hey, bread pudding. And I never thought that I would like bread pudding just because of the consistency. And I think that I was misled on what that consistency might be. I have that tactile thing. You know, there's certain things I just can't handle, right? And I've been that way since I was young. And still, my mom used to set the timer and make me finish my peas, or I couldn't leave the dinner table. Yeah, everybody else would be in bed. And I was still sitting there, you know, while mom's waiting for me, foot tapping, for me to eat my peas. But it's always been that way. So then my son's fiance brought over some bread pudding that she made. We just didn't have it growing up. And it was so good. I had my entire thought pattern revolutionized. So I'm looking in this magazine. I'm at the checkout, getting the stuff for the tiny tacos that we're going to make because we're talking about smaller portion sizes. And I'm looking at this magazine and I'm like, oh, ooh, bread pudding. And then as I look through it, I'm like, I can do that. Plus, I already have most of the things that you need. Now, if you make bread pudding, you know that's kind of how it goes, and that's the thing about it. Unless you're missing the brown sugar or something like that, take a quick trip down to the grocery store. Get yourself some of that brown sugar. Usually you've got plenty of vanilla because you don't use too much vanilla. So anyway, I'm going to show you. Well, my meat for the tiny tacos is already thawed out. So what we're going to do then is we're going to make, woo-hoo! I was so excited. I can't even tell you. Oh my word. I saw it and I said, I can do this. So we're going to make bread pudding. All right? This will be fun. And then while the bread pudding is baking, cooking, because it will be at about, I believe it's 350, cheat sheet. Yeah. 350 for about, 40 minutes or so. While it's cooking, then we can make the tiny tacos. Then by the time we're done with that, we can just bring the bread pudding that's going to be totally delicious out of the oven. And I will have made the sauce that goes on top. I'm going to make that ahead of time. And then we'll just pour it on over and it'll be great. So are you ready to get started? Oh my goodness, I so am. So let's do it. So let me show you all the things that I have. I already showed you my things for my tiny tacos. So we're going to be needing, let me set that over here. So we're going to, this bread I just love because it's got so much good crust on it. I actually use this bread for the ducks outside, and I think they knew that I was like, I'm going to save this for my bread pudding. And I think they knew because they were quacking pretty loud yesterday. I'm like, hey now, just calm it down. So I did go ahead and buy one more bag, but I may not need it, so we're going to see. So this will be great, but I love this kind of bread. And yeah, it's, more than day-old bread, but it's just got that good outside crust that you want. You don't want your bread to be soggy or too soft. This is the pan we're going to use, and I've already sprayed it. So look, I'm already working on portion sizes because usually I would have had the big pan. So I'm going to cook it in just this size pan. Is it a 3x8 or something like that? I don't know. But this is just perfect. And it helps out with my commitment to smaller portion sizes, because when I was making this stuff, I'd be eating on it for a long time. Or not. So I've got the pan ready to go. The bread. We're going to be using eggs. We're going to be using a stick of butter. We're going to go all through this. I've already, actually, let me check this out. I already melted that down. Yeah, okay, so that's good. Actually, I'm just going to take it out. Yeah, I've already got my butter melted. I'm ready to go. Got a little froth on the top there. Okay, you're going to be using brown sugar. And we're going to be using our pure cane sugar, granulated sugar. We're going to be needing evaporated milk, and I have to say, one of my favorites. I love this stuff now, along with heavy whipping cream. Since I've been cooking, I'm like, I just want to put it in everything. That's a no-no. Okay, but your sweetened condensed milk. So I thought I would use a combination of that, because you could use just the evaporated or the, I think they had me at sweetened. That's probably what happened right there. Also, then, we're going to be using nutmeg, cinnamon, and vanilla. And vanilla is just great to... Lovely, lovely, lovely. So I'm going to put all this back over here. Hold up. And I got my bowl ready to go. Oh, and, sorry, we also need your regular milk. Oh, man, that's a little heavy. Awkward. But whole milk, yes. Right? And also, we are going to be using a bit of heavy whipping cream, I think, or was that just in my, dreams? So I'm going to pull out my little Kim's do-it-yourself thing. I'm going to bring you down here just a little bit, bring the camera down, and we're going to get busy and start making this. It shouldn't take long at all. Matter of fact, I'm thinking right now if I should... it's been cooler temperatures, right? Isn't that nicer in the kitchen? Because when I crank up that oven to get it preheated, and then we're cooking. I'm like, whoo! So it's just felt really nice in this fall time. It is my favorite season. I just want you to know I love the fall time, but the kitchen feels nice right now. Usually I'm already sweating up a storm. So let's bring the camera down and let's just go at this right now. I'm trying to set this up nicely. Ooh, it was better that way. Okay, so let me bring you down as I lift you up. You're amazing, you know. I've got to tell you, you're so amazing, right? You and I get to be together. I pray for you daily. I do. I pray for all the people that are viewing anything that I might be putting up on Facebook and YouTube and SoundCloud and, you know, whatever kind of cloud. All right, so let's go. Yeah, I think I'm thinking about adding another on my way down, I wanted to tell you this. I am thinking of adding another social media that I had been using. I used to be on Twitter all the time, and then I dropped out of it long before then it switched over to X. And I'm thinking that God is saying I need to pop back up on there. So I may do that. So just another place to find me. So let's go down a little bit more. Here we go. So now we're going to mix everything up. Perfect. All right, so here we go. So first of all, we need, this is what we need to do first. This, okay? I've already sprayed it, okay? It's ready to go. So now we're going to use, and this is assorted, which I think is pretty cool. It's got an assortment of different breads, so I think that will be good. So I'm just going to simply break these apart and fill it up as high as I believe that it should go. And look at your chunks are going to be, say, like this. I watched a couple of these. It was cool because I watched this lady. She's like real chic and this and that. Then I watched this country gal and she uses all of her recipes from her grandma. And then I watched this guy make it. And I watched one more person make it. And it was just interesting to see the similarities and then the different things that they did. So I think that's about right for the size of the, look at this bread now. That bread has a little something in there. Well, that'll be interesting. Looks like almost a rye, some sort of rye. Wonder how that will work. Look at that. You see that? Yeah. So I think this will be neat. So all different kinds of bread. I'm so excited. I can't even tell you. And I get excited. If I'm going to do something, and I have a project, I'm excited about it anyway because that's just who I am. So, but, when I'm learning something, the reason why I started doing the cooking with Kimberly Ann was because I myself wanted to stretch me. I wanted to stretch myself into an area that, I've been a single mom my son's entire life, his entire life. And so that's 27 years of that. And then I've worked a full-time job since the time I was 15 years old, right? I've been in radio for 40 years. I started my first job at Wendy's when I was 15. I'm 57 now. This is a little bit softer. So all different this one has a little bit different consistency to it. So I actually like this. Some different kinds of bread, but all that good crust on there is going to be great. So anyway, I've always been very busy and on the go and spending quality time with my son while I'm working, 40 plus hours a week. When you work in radio, you have a lot of extra things that you do. Maybe you are on the air and then you go on a remote, and you set up at a particular remote somewhere. I'm going to do it. Let's do this. We've got a little bit of this kind of bread. Let's add some of that in there as well. I like that. It'll just make it neat. It'll make it pretty and make it taste good. So this is for people who you don't have a lot of time. You don't perhaps have a whole lot of money to be buying all different kinds of things, right? So the people who don't have a lot of money, don't have a lot of time, and perhaps, can we be real? Oh, this is another different one. I like all the variety. Maybe you don't have, did I say not a lot of skill? Did I say that one yet, or did I say that till last? So, and maybe you do have skill. Maybe you do have all the things I just mentioned in abundance. Good for you. But guess what? This is for folks who, it's just, we can learn. We can stretch ourselves. We can learn. I think, should I do one more? Nod your head yes. Okay, I choose this one. Let's do one more. Because once we get the mixture on it, then it's going to soften right on down. I want to be quick on this. Facebook is going, hey, don't you make them too long or it's going to be trouble. So I was gonna say trouble in Traverse City. Not where I live, but yeah, getting it all loaded up. All right, so now we've done that. And so that was good. You know what? That was about a bag. Now we're going to get our bowl. And now we're going to do our 1 stick of melted butter, which I've already melted it. That is good and ready to go. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be needing... I wonder if I should do this now. I'm just going to do it now because for the topping, which you don't have to do a topping. Do I need this whole thing? Maybe. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and melt this right now as well. I'll just get it ready to go. I can nuke it later. Just get it in there, throw this away. Y'all, I'm telling you, my kitchen is just so full of everything. It's never been so, woo, everything is everywhere. All right, so we got our 1 stick of melted butter. Now we're going to do our 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And the way that I think, I'm just telling you, I am thinking 1/2 cup. Is that all? So I'm like wanting to do more. All right, so we're just going to do 1/2 cup because they said so. But I'm going to do like a heaping 1/2 cup. But you know what? You just kind of pack it in there. So that's a good packed 1/2 cup. Brown sugar. There you go. And let's move that over there. Then I need a 1/2 cup of regular sugar. And this will pack itself, okay? Don't really have to pack this down. That is a lot of sugar, y'all. So yeah. 1/2 cup then of regular granulated sugar. There's that. Then we're going to do a 1 can or 1 cup of our evaporated milk, or the other gal used the sweetened condensed milk. Is it the same? Hold up. Because this is, okay, for our evaporated milk, it's 12 fluid ounces, right? For our sweetened condensed, it's, what? 12 and, oh, I get it, condensed. I'm up with it. Okay, I'm learning. So this is actually the same. It's just in a smaller can because it's condensed milk. But this is sweetened, and that's really what I'm after. So this is what I'm going to do because, oh, look at this. Oh, you know what? I'm wondering. Yeah, that's going to be good. Okay. I'm wondering if I should save some of this and use this for, I need a spoon. I'm going to call out Tyler. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go 1/2 of this because I want to use this for the topping. I've got a bit left. Let's use that for the topping because it's nice and thick already, and you need a thickness for that topping. And then I'm going to do of the evaporated milk. The one lady had used a whole can and a bit more. So I'm going to do almost the whole can of our evaporated milk. Concentrated, okay? So there we go on that. Then I'm going to do my 4 eggs, and then I'm going to whisk all this up. So I'm going to pick out my 4 eggs, my special ones. Should have had something on the side here to put these. That's okay though. All right, so let's just, I think last time that we did last time, I'm just remembering last time we did a cook-in with Kimberly Ann. I had eggshells flying everywhere. I was talking about something, and I was thinking I was, miss all that in the kitchen. I'm like, oops, and oops. And I was digging in the bowl for the things, and you didn't mind, did you? Just agree with me. You didn't mind. All right, so there's our 4 eggs, and we're going to be needing the eggs again. So I'm just going to set those over there, close that book. All right, now I need 1 teaspoon of our nutmeg. Oh my word, you guys, and I've got to tell you, went to the store to get nutmeg, and they were almost all out of nutmeg. At Meijer, that's where I went, almost all out. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Now, you don't have to use nutmeg. That's what I understand. So I'm going to do, okay, you guys, just being real. Is this the liquid side and this is the dry side? Liquid side, dry side, dry side. Got it. I'm seeing that that's what you're saying. And I want to tell you guys too, I love when you watch, and I love when you post your comments and you're all excited and you're laughing and it's fun for you. And then I also need 1 teaspoon of our cinnamon. So let's do that while we're at it. But I love your comments and you give suggestions, and I love it because I'm learning and we have some fun together. And my favorite thing, I will tell you, it's such a favorite thing of mine when you say, oh my goodness, when I know you've been cooking a while and then you see me make something and you're like, oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it. And I feel like, yes, I feel like my superhero cape is billowing or something like that. So that's fun for me. All right. So now what's next? Vanilla, right? Yes. And 1 teaspoon vanilla. That was a 1/2 teaspoon. Where's my regular teaspoon? Well, we're just going to do 2 of this one. Oh, this lady, oh my word. She was putting in the cinnamon and she goes, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. And she's going like this, like for, 5 minutes. I'm like, whoa. So that's called cooking with love. So a half and a half. So we're going to do 1. So that's going to be good. Oh, I love the smell of vanilla. I really do. Okay, so now I'm going to whisk this. Oh, I got my handy dandy whisk. Okay, here we go. So I'm so excited. I am so excited. Yeah, there's a lot of mixture in here. So you really got to whisk good to get that sugar. And you know what? There was, I think, of the, what did I say? I watched about four different people make it. 4 or 5, actually. I watched this guy as well. And 2 of the people went ahead and they actually, there's a shadow there. I don't want that. Sorry. I didn't know. We didn't know. This is good enough. So 2 of the people who made it, they did these 4 eggs that I just cracked open that are a part of what goes over. You pour it over your breadcrumbs. 2 of the people actually put the 4 eggs over the bread first, and then they mixed all these ingredients that we've just done together right now, and then they poured that over. So, and then the other ones did all of it together. I'm like, hey, skip a step. I'm here for skipping a step. Woo! Save some time. So anyway, we just whisk it up and we can feel pretty much that sugar is nicely dissolved. Everything's good. So we're ready to go. All right, so this is what we're going to do. I love it. I could drink this. Isn't that terrible? It's just awful. All right, I just love how our bread is looking. It's just fabulous. I like that we've got all the different kinds in there. So now we're just going to, let's set that aside and make a little bit of a mess. But now we're just gonna pour this right over. You can see what we're doing here. I think we've got a little shadow. One of my lights is out on my camera. Yeah, something when you can tell folks, hey, I got a light out. And they're like, yeah, I noticed. And I mean that like in every way. Yeah. All right, so I think that's good. So actually, I'm gonna let's do this. Oh, I gotta show you something. Oh my word, I gotta show you something. Sorry, my arm's all in the way, but you saw what we did there. So we poured it over. Now what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna show you this after I do this. My hands are washed, but you wanna really, I think that I've gone pretty high on the, I don't know. Maybe I put too much bread in there. I think I almost need more mixture. Did we do our milk? Nope, we did all the milk that we were supposed to do, didn't we? I might, oh man. Yeah, well, it'll rise up, but what you basically want to have happen is, as you know, you want all the bread to be saturated. So I think we're good. I think we're okay, you guys. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a little shadow on this one side because, yeah, my little camera doohickey. Your stand that holds your video cam, it's the light's out on one side. So I bought another one so we could continue doing what we do, right? And that one I really like a lot, but it isn't tall enough. So it's only kind of like, the sit on the tabletop length, if you want to say it like that. So I think we're good. So that's what we wanted to do. And that's going to bubble up, but you wanted to have saturated that. I hope that's going to be good. We'll just see. It's my first one. So I think we're good. All right. So now what we're going to do with this is Kimberly Ann's going to wipe off her hands. And I'm going to say, hey, it's so good to see you. I always miss you when, you're down there. But let me just pop this up a little bit and come down just a little bit here for you. Okay, so now what we're going to do, my hands look good though. All right, so this is what we have. I think it's gonna be great and it looks nice. Doesn't it just look delicious? So yeah, and you can see pretty well, yep, got all that mixture in there. So now I'm going to put my oven on 350, and this is after it's done preheating. It's gonna cook for about 40 minutes, I do believe. 40 to 45 minutes is what they said. So we're gonna do this right now. Right now. I think I have a pan in here. We always do that. So we're gonna pop this right over there. I'm gonna pop this in here, my friends. And I'm excited. So I'm going to leave it in there while it preheats. I think we'll be okay. And then about the time, right, that this is done in 45 minutes, I'm going to pull the dessert out of the oven. I will already have all of my things set up for our tiny tacos. So while it's maybe got 10 minutes left to go or something like that, then we'll mix up our tacos, right? And then I can pull this out of the oven. I can make the topping for the bread pudding, and then we can have our tiny tacos and try and see how these chalupas turned out. All right, so are you excited? I so am. All right, so it is Cooking with Kimberly Ann today. And so I'm going to see you again in just a little bit. Going to go cook our bread pudding, and it's going to be just so good, just so good. So we'll see you in a little bit.